Smallmouth bass in a river are not necessarily bigger fish, but stronger because they're fighting the current.
Yeah.
Oh! Welcome to The New Fly Fisher. I'm your host, Jenna McEwen, and in today's episode, I'm sticking close to home. We're here in the Ottawa Valley with Algonquin fly fishing, and I'm doing something that I've never done before. Oh, that's a nice fish.
The fish of the day.
Absolutely. We're going to be doing a float trip on a river for smallmouth bass. It's going to be a great episode full of tons of instruction, so stay with us. Ooh, that's a nice sized fish.
Good fish.
The New Fly Fisher is brought to you in partnership with Destination Ontario, Orvis Fly Fishing, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited, WeatherTech Canada.
While I've traveled to some truly incredible places, it isn't often that I have the chance to fish close to home, which is why this week's fishing adventure is so special. I'm the guest of Algonquin Fly Fishing, a guiding service based out of Eastern Ontario. Jeff provides guide trips throughout Algonquin Park and the Ottawa Valley. Algonquin Fly Fishing specializes in float trips throughout the Ottawa Valley, an opportunity not often found in this region. Located only 1 hour from the International Airport in Ottawa and only 2.5-hour drive from the US-Canada border. Algonquin Fly Fishing provides accessible options to anglers searching for unique smallmouth bass fishing experiences.
It seems a lot of folks fly fish for bass on lakes, and that's a default, I think, because that's accessible, potentially, it's close to where they are. River smallmouth bass fishing is quite a bit different, and it actually intersects a lot with trout fishing, where you can start to fish the river. Your fishing features on the river, so eddy lines, above rocks, below rocks, looking for different transition zones, dark to deep, deep to shallow. Those are all places that we end up fishing. So much more we look at a river, a moving environment, it's a new variable, which is a challenge, but it's a rewarding challenge, as something that we end up getting to pick apart and try to understand where the fish are living within this environment. My own personal lake fishing experience, I don't enjoy that as much because it seems like it's a fairly static environment. A river's always moving, and that provides, like I said, a variable of challenge, but that also animates the whole day. Basic fishing strategy for rivers, just as an overview, we're emulating their food, minnows, crayfish, and everybody loves a surface, topwater, which is frogs or whatever that might be on the surface. So if we look at crayfish and minnows, we have the luxury of having the current on our side. So whenever you cast a streamer into the current and it comes across and below, the current is moving the fly for us. So it's animating the fly and it doesn't rely on us as much. And in that way, it's similar to trout fishing, letting that streamer do its action. We then modify that by stripping it, letting it go deeper, shallower, whatever we perceive as the day's needs. Because we're using that river environment, typically things are faster, typically strip fast, typically strip deep, and that makes for excitement, right? So good fast hits on those good fast moves. Again, that's different than the lake environment, which I would argue is probably more subtle. And you need to be a little more responsive for slow movements because the fish can be very right? They can inspect the fly and decide if they want it. Here they got to jump on it, which makes it so much fun.
Having grown up within the city of Ottawa, I was thrilled to have the opportunity to explore the many rivers located in the Ottawa Valley. After a short hour drive from the city, I met up with Jeff, who took me down to the river to set up for our first float of the trip.
It's the first day of our float adventure here with Algonquin fly fishing. Jeff, can you tell me a little bit about the river we're going to be fishing on and what our goal is today?
Yeah, sure. This is the Ottawa River, and it drains the whole northern part of Algonquin Park. And down this far, this low, it's all smallmouth bass. So the goal for today is really to introduce fishing in a Montana-style river, long, rolly whitewater, and we're going to be picking apart little holes and finding where the bass are, and then introducing tactics to pull them up.
Awesome. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This is a style of float trip that I've never done before, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot to learn. Let's put on our life vests and get going.
Right on. How we'll make this work, Jenna? From the front of the boat, so this is the bow, you can fish seated or standing up. Most people prefer standing up. You get way better view. You can see fish, you can see down. This thigh bar is for you to lean against. The boat's very stable. It's not going to flip over. So you can orient yourself whatever you need to. Are you right-handed?
Yes.
Okay, great. Right-handed. Righties tend to like doing a cross-boat cast off to the left. So my job on the oars is to position our boat so you get the best cast. So you're going to cast out, swing down, right, we'll talk about that. You can also cross-body cast the other way, and also roll cast are really effective.
Okay.
So you can cast out, and if you didn't like that one, you can just sweep your tip down, roll cast that shot back out again, and same on the cross-body, so you can roll cast. So the casting works. The only thing you can't do casting is a straight-ahead 12 o'clock shot. So if our boat is 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3, 12 o'clock goes right over my head, so you don't get to no 12 o'clocks. So you can cast this angle, and you get everything in front of the oars is yours to be fishing.
Perfect.
Right, so this will work. Our basic tactic for smallmouth. Here's what we're going to look at: swinging flies, right, using the current to bring the fly across from us. We'll be going slower and cast out to the side. There's 3 spots where we might see hits. So you're going to cast out like 30-foot cast is typically what we're looking for here. I'll maneuver us into 30 feet off the shore, off the pool. 30-foot cast. Often right on the drop is when they hit it, right? So it's drop, sink, and there's a hit right there. But if that's not it, the current grabs it and swings it. Rarely do smallmouth take on the swing. What we will see is them follow. So we bring them off the bank and we'll watch them follow all the way down to the swing, so they will take on the dangle right in the very end. So don't rush that, let it swing, let it hang, and the current will be working the fly. That's fine. So there's a second spot. Then you're going to drop your tip, strip, 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 and the other third spot is they take right at the boat.
Okay.
Right, so, and then you're going to slip your line out again, shoot line out to 30 feet, and swing it again, swing it again.
Kind of nice that you have a few chances if you don't get discouraged if they're not hitting right away.
For sure, and bass give you 2 shots. So it's pretty cool. You'll see a swing, and they'll take a hit on the dangle, but they won't take it. Do it again, and there's a good chance that that fish will do it a second time. If you don't get them on the second shot, that fish is done. And we'll go and find new fish.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. This first little bit is really just for you to get a chance to figure out the casting.
Perfect.
Right, so just to get comfortable against the boat and figure out how you're going to make this work.
What kind of retrieve would you suggest initially? Like pretty slow?
No, I would say start fast.
Okay.
The answer is almost faster and deeper. However, yesterday it turned out to be deeper and slower. But up here on this top part, we were catching them at full speed, full strips of fleeing minnow. That's perfectly appropriate. We slowed it down as we went downriver just because of the deeper pools. And we're going to see lots of different speeds of current, right? So here it's quite slow. So you're the main animation on the fly. Just downstream, the current's going to pick up, and then you can let the current do that job, and you don't need to strip quite as hard because the current's pulling your fly for you. So if you got the full line out at 30 feet, 40 feet, do a strip set. Keep your tip down and strip them in. If it's close, so you've stripped them back and it's right here, and now you can go tip up.
Okay.
So So, and that's not don't need to be really aggressive, but just tip up to 10 o'clock, put tension on the rod just to get a bend in the rod and keep that bend in the rod.
Okay. And with each cast, would you say put out a little bit more line?
No.
No, just
No.
consistently with the same amount?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it drops off, right, shallow, drops the ledges right under your feet. So we're really just gonna like work this pool, and where the gets bumpy again is where the pool's over. So it's
Okay.
only just a simple 30-foot cast, and you don't need to go further.
Okay.
Bring it right to the boat here, because that's where the ledge is right under the nose of the boat. And you can just use your tip if you want, right? Just bring your tip over to the left, and then you...
And would you say pretty quick on the retrieve?
Yeah, start fast, and then we'll slow down. Yep.
That's a fish. There we go.
Nice.
Very nice. Ooh.
Yeah.
I might need to...
So you got a decent bend in your rod. That seems
yeah,
like
I
a
was
decent
gonna say,
fish.
wow.
Yeah.
Now, would you say that generally speaking, river smallmouth are a bit stronger than lake smallmouth, just given
For
they're
sure.
fighting the current all the
Yep.
time?
And if they get
Wow.
sideways in the current, it doesn't take a very big fish to put a lot of resistance on your line.
This is definitely more fight than I was anticipating. Holy smokes. This is awesome. Okay.
This might be a catfish.
Really?
Maybe. We'll see.
That's a possibility
Channel
here?
cat, yeah. Channel cat.
That'd
Channel
be cool.
cat really pull.
You never know what you're gonna pull out, I guess. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, that's awesome.
Look at his colors. Oh my God.
Eddie?
This is, that's not a catfish.
No? Oh wait, is that a...
This is a white horse sucker, or a red horse sucker.
Oh wow,
Holy smokes,
that's a
he's
big
huge.
sucker.
Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, how do you hold them?
Oh, you can't hold him. He's a big guy. Dan, you're right, they suck off the bottom. I want you to cast it before the boat slides over, right? So you
Okay.
kind of cover that water to the right.
Aiming for like the...
Exactly,
Flat
that's your
water
angle
right
right there.
past there?
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. See right ahead of us how it kind of goes riffle to calm? Just
Yeah.
cast into that calm water right there. That just any of those little transition spots are what we're going to aim for.
Wanted.
Good. Bring it across. Shallow, so keep it moving. So you can see the water's all broken and riffly, which means very shallow.
Yep.
That's fine. We might scrape a little bit through here. We're heading off to the left because they're kind of drifting down and left where you see the bigger, whiter waves. And there's a drop off, a full ledge. That basically that kid's standing on the ledge down there. And we're going to drop, and just as a drop off, that's where there's fish, right? So it's a guaranteed
Okay.
hit on the drop there.
Is that too high up?
No, that's okay. No, that's a good spot.
And now is that about the length that we want?
Yeah, that's reasonable. I'm getting you a, are you bottom again? I'm getting you a leader set up here.
Okay.
We'll put on your floating line. It might be a little bit less rock averse. Can I give that to you to hold on to just while I get a fly on here? Don't like it hanging in the current. That makes me nervous. All right, so we're gonna change from your big, obnoxious white, and we're gonna go down much more subtle, something much smaller. So that's kind of a thin mint variation. That's what that's called. It's a woolly bugger, but it's thin and heavy. So it'll cut through the current a little more, but not go as deep as that sinking tip line, and hopefully have a little bit more action off this one. So sinking tip leader with about 2 feet of leader is all we need, of the actual tippet material. That's fine. And I'm gonna put a loop knot on it. Loop knot gives a little more action to the fly. Unlike a clinch knot that cinches it down, this one gives it some room to bounce and wiggle. And there's no barb on that, FYI.
Okay.
Okay, I'll trade your rods.
Which?
Despite the great weather conditions, it took me some time to get the hang of casting and targeting from a drift boat. Luckily, Jeff is a great instructor and gave me some tips.
Go down a little bit lower.
Lower?
We will go a little lower
Okay.
for you. You can see it's nice pebbly, gravelly stuff here.
I do.
And then some strips back to the boat. And maybe we'll see them right there when they move.
Whoa,
Nice. Long distance hookup. Well done.
thank you.
Right on the strip.
That was a very hard hit.
Oh, is it? Cool. Oh, little fish.
You were very hungry for such a hard hit. There we go, thank you.
All right.
Pops right out.
Yep,
Easy
go find
peasy.
some more. A standard day with Algonquin fly fishing. It starts in a reasonable hour. So let's say 8 a.m., 9 a.m., depending on the time of year and the temperatures ranges that we're looking at. We provide all the gear, we provide all the instruction. We jump in a boat and get everybody in a life jacket. We provide the rods and the flies. We take care of everything. Really, we're structured so that folks can just walk in and enjoy fly fishing for the first time in their life and have the expertise to support the world traveler who wants to go and find somewhere new that they've never thought of fishing before. Can you see where those riffly waves are? There's a rock down there making those riffly
Yes.
waves. He's on the front. He's kind of hanging out in the calm water in the front of that rock. So once you hire a guide who really knows where they're looking for, they can take you right to the spots where those fish are. Super fun from that perspective. And then you add the new variable of managing the current and the river out of a drift boat. Super fun. Makes smallmouth bass fishing an active day. Like 20 or 30 fish in a day is kind of expected, I would say. Less than that, I'm gonna be disappointed as a guide. Oh, nice fish. Nice
Finally.
fish. How do you get better at fly fishing? You catch fish. You've got to catch fish to get good at catching fish, and smallmouth bass is the way to do it.
Oh, yeah, that is awesome. Thank you. Oh.
After a quick lunch provided by Jeff, we headed back out on the water, hoping to key into the fish for the afternoon bite.
Your swing is working, so you're casting it right to the rocks, bringing it out to the middle, and I think you're bringing those fish with you, and then on the strip back to the boat is where they're raising up and coming for it. So it's going over their head and they're following it.
And how deep is the water here? 10 feet?
Under the
Deeper?
boat here, it's probably 10 or 12 feet deep. Can barely see the bottom, but the shoreline is just 2 feet deep, and there's a real ledge. So that ledge is where they're hanging.
Oh,
and on.
follow.
Oh, nice, another follow.
Without much success, Jeff suggested we try switching flies.
So this is an autumn splendor, which is just a woolly bugger with legs, but it has a movement like a crayfish. So let's put it right to the bottom and bring it out. See if we can get something different, make a different reaction out of them. Try that one.
Sounds good.
And boy, was he right.
Now that was an aggressive hit. Hit or miss? Hit.
Awesome.
Oh, wow. And that is definitely the hardest hit we've had today.
Oh, good, good,
So
good.
fingers crossed, this has been gonna be the meal ticket. Oh, thank you.
All right, good.
Nice. And it was really just right off that drop off
Into
point.
the ledge, yeah.
Thank
Goes your
you.
fly, a little brown. This guy's brown as opposed to green. Interesting, his colors. Let me get him up here.
The switch had flipped,
All right, send your next cast to the right of the boat. We'll try that side.
and it was on.
That's what we want.
That was fun.
That was very nice. Exactly what you said we were hoping for. Pretty little fish. There you go, buddy. Oops.
Where is he? Nice, good catch.
Thank you. Whoa,
Oh, he's a good one.
that's a nice fish.
Yeah, it's a fat one.
That was good. No, that was a hard hit.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Is he in?
There we go. Sorry, my line got a little
Good,
stuck
good,
here.
good, good.
Awesome.
All right, now we're getting in the right size. All right, way to go, buddy. 2 casts in a row. That's awesome.
It's right in front of those boulders. Like,
There we go.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I bet you want to get rid of that fly. Very mess there, buddy. 3 in a row.
Finally keyed in.
So there's
To what they
no
want.
current here at all, right? So this
Okay.
is totally standing water. So they're way more active in the standing water than they were in the current, right?
Yeah.
In the current, they weren't moving. Oh,
That is awesome. What I was about to say is even compared to where we were fishing earlier,
yeah.
we were seeing the fish, we were getting the follows, and
Yeah.
they were just tugging on the
Yeah.
tail. They're so lethargic, and the action here, just even
Yeah.
seeing the fish is so much different.
Way faster.
After so much success throughout the early afternoon, we decided to try our luck with poppers. Top water fishing for bass can be so much fun. And with the right water conditions, I was hopeful our luck would continue. And I was right.
Right close to the boat. It's like they're hanging out in the darker.
Yeah, right on the edge line.
Yeah. Nice. Whoop.
Okay. The rapids kind of widen out here into a big, slow drift, and there's a grass line. And right along that edge of that grass line, deep and dark gravel. So that transition line is pretty ideal. And it seems like they're following your drift and then coming right up along this dark line, which is where you're getting the hits or getting the follows.
Yeah.
That's where that guy came from.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if he has any friends.
Float trips like this one are great, not only for the fishing, but for the adventure.
Then the rapids start right here, which the kayakers put in here and go down through town. So it's kind of the main rapids, the main
Right.
drops.
That's cool.
Yeah. So chance of bumping as we do this little corner hanger right here. So don't fall out if we bump a rock. Like that.
I have fish.
Trolled them up.
I guess apparently. I was just trying to roll my shoulders down. It goes to show that if you're not paying attention, don't leave your fly in the water. I was on a. Oops.
Oh, that's a good sized fish.
I was about to say.
Yeah, good fish.
I can't believe the hook got set because I wasn't paying attention at all. I was just kind of getting ready to send out my next cast or rolling my shoulders, but man, this popper works. So noisy.
Is he on?
Oh! Oh! They just needed your encouragement. That was a nice fish. Oh man, I was popping it. I was right at the end of my line, and so when I went to set the hook, I didn't have enough room for that. Ooh, that was a nice fish. You notice it was as soon as you said, "Come on, fish," they needed you. They needed your
Yeah.
support. That's what they
Yeah,
were
right.
waiting for.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that was a nice one. It was really on that pause though.
Yeah, yeah. Those are nice casts.
Wow.
Oh, is it on? It's on, it's on. Yeah, nicely done.
Thank you.
Give him another set there. Give him a tug just to make sure he's on. Yeah, you got him.
Oh, he's on.
You got him. You got him.
Whew.
That was a lot of work for that fish.
Very, you know what? I feel very well rewarded though.
Oh,
That
it is a big fish.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fighting well. Oh, that's a nice
The
fish.
fish of the day.
Absolutely. I think he's just about ready here. Oh man, that's a nice fish.
He wants that wood, eh? He's
I
going
know, I'm
for
trying
the wood.
to, I'm like, no, no, no.
Oh
It's a
yeah, he
fine-
wants to go there.
Delicate dance between keeping pressure to keep him out and also not breaking him off. Oh.
I'm gonna roll us away a
Yeah,
little bit.
if you don't mind. So, if he gets under one of those logs, it is game over.
Okay, we should be better here.
Okie
Yeah, we're clear out here.
dokie. That was an awesome take, and it's really fun having that kind of challenge with the overhanging tree.
Yeah, those are great casts.
Thank you.
He's not done.
He is not done.
Here he comes, here he comes. Oh, look at that, look at the stripes, beautiful.
That's a pretty fish. And almost head first.
Oh,
No,
nope.
no, not quite.
Not ready yet.
Not quite. Making us work for it. Okie dokie. And, oh yeah, that is awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Holy, look at this fish.
With such an exciting first day under my belt, I couldn't wait to see what tomorrow would bring.
What a beautiful fish to end the day.
For our second day of fishing in the Ottawa Valley, Jeff took me to the Ottawa River to float a different part of the waterway than we had the day before.
Here we are, day 2 on the Ottawa River. We're now downstream of where we were yesterday. The Petawawa comes into the Ottawa, and we're here to fish all through these islands on this nice, slow-moving current all through here. Smallmouth bass, bigger fish today is what we're going to be looking for.
Awesome.
So, the magic Ottawa River flies, check these out. These are tied by one of my clients named Sam Mead, and this one here, he's worked on over the last 3 or 4 years to be the Ottawa River. Well, it's obviously an attractor, maybe a crayfish, but we'll start with this one.
Great.
Yesterday we found that we needed it a little more subtle, but typically the Ottawa River is a little more flash because it's bigger water, more current, and we end up having to try bigger flies. That's what we'll start with.
Sounds good. Let's
right.
get out there.
Jen, I think we'll leave your popper on from yesterday, and there's some nice calm, sheltered pools here, and then we'll put one of the heavy flash on your sinking tip.
Okay,
Start with that.
perfect.
Yeah, let's start there.
Do you find though that on overcast days, poppers are less successful?
Yep.
Because the weather's really changed from yesterday to today.
Yeah, I'm counting on us blowing out, and that's what the radar looks like it's going to do.
Okay.
So let's play with that plan.
Perfect. I had a bit of a mishap with my sunglasses on our way in today, and as you may know if you watch our show a lot, wear your sunglasses when you're fly fishing. It's just a safety precaution with flies flying through the air, and I am known to be a bit of a magnet for bad things. So thankfully, Jeff had an extra pair of sunglasses he loaned me, but they don't exactly suit me quite as well as my other ones. Doesn't matter though. Safety first.
So this is a place where actually a reach bend cast would work.
Okay.
Because as soon as you hit, you're getting dragged, right?
Yeah.
So there's an example of we'd like to give the fly a bit of a head start.
So
So you can just practice these a little bit before
Like that,
we do it.
and then like
So
this?
that's a
Or-
water mend. I'm gonna talk to you about a casting mend.
Okay.
So an aerial mend, meaning done in the air. So you do your cast. So back cast stop, forward cast stop. You're gonna stop a little higher, and as soon as you stop, the loop is formed, right? And it's sailing past you. As soon as you stop, boop, you go 90 degrees off to your right hand side.
So back cast stop, forward cast stop.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
That in theory, but better?
No, that's exactly it. That's what you're looking for. So then you're going to have your tip right out to 90 degrees, and the line should be a straight, the fly line should be straight from your tip to the fly if you do a really nice one, right? It's one straight shot.
Okay.
If you're a little late, so stop, pause, your line will have a bend in it because you only kind of affected half your line. So you can try that. But if you
Okay.
get the timing, is that stop, reach, and then you've got it.
Like that?
Yep, that's it. Yep. And the fly has a bit of a head start on you, right? And you've got the line upstream already. You won't get that big belly in it. The instant belly. Stop, reach, good. Yeah, and then you can water mend all you want, right? But that first aerial mend sets it up so that you get a decent drift without slack in it. I don't like the water mends because they put slack in your line.
Okay.
Right, so that makes now your line's going through the water in a big S bend, and if you do need to set, that's a lot of line between you and the fish. Aerial mend is still a straight line between you and the fly. So if there is a take on that first drop,
Like that?
exactly, then you can do just to strip them in, and you got straight tension to your fly.
I'll try and get this next one. Oh,
Oh yeah!
woo! Let's see here. Whoop. There we go. Awesome.
First fish.
Thank you.
Yep. What was that? 5 minutes into the day? That was
Yeah,
good.
very quick.
Yep.
And I'm really liking this reach cast. I think it's really helping my presentation.
Come on.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you.
There's our little first fish of the day.
So should I still be doing the reach cast?
No, so the test is this: if you drop your line and it stays square, there's no need to mend, right?
Okay.
And it's just gentle current here. It really is only an issue if the current's significantly different speed than what we're doing. We were standing still in fast current there, right? So, boom, line hits the water,
And it
like bellied out right
immediately-
away.
okay.
So if it doesn't belly out right away, then no need to mend, or only just do little reach mends, or just
Gotcha.
water mends as you need to.
Okay.
But for my money, honestly, I'd prefer to stay in touch with the fly, right? I think that's more important, is to not have slack. Even if it's bending, that's fine. There's no slack. You're touching the fly. Every time you mend, you put slack, and you've got to gobble that slack up.
I understand. Okay. That makes sense.
Let's change this out.
Okay.
So we'll go from big and flash, which we caught a couple fish on already, had a couple follows, and they turned and left, so that might have offended them. So we're gonna go, really, it's a black thin mint would be that version. So heavily weighted tungsten, really thin though. We'll see if that makes a difference. We'll try to fish this rock line again, which normally should produce some fish, so we'll try that.
Okay. On an overcast day like today, do you find that here on the Ottawa River, darker flies are more effective?
That's kind of one of the fly fishing mantras, is dark day, dark fly, bright day, bright fly. There's really just a small number of flies that work here. There's really only 4 or 5, and we can kind of pull them all out later, but it really doesn't seem to make that much of a difference in that direct of a correlation.
Nice. Very nice. And that was just right past the little drop off there. Whoop. Here, little buddy. Sweet.
Right on the drop from the shallow
Yeah,
to deep?
like right at that transition point.
All right.
I bet they're just waiting right off that ledge. Thank you.
All right.
Looks like this fly change might be
See what we can do. Fish.
Awesome.
See you.
And that was a harder hit than I got on the other fly.
Okay, good.
Yeah. you go. Doesn't matter how bad your cast is. Fish don't care. Oops. Jumpy. There we go. Excellent.
Your fly is free.
This is awesome. There we go.
Guy. Oh, he's full of life, this guy. So off this rock wall,
Okay.
and that island's all shallow. It's like a shallow shelf full of big blocks in here. So we'll kind of hang out here. So it's not deep, so don't let it sink too much.
Gotcha.
I wonder if that's...
Oh, he's got him. He's got him. Get him. Get him.
Oh my gosh.
This is, oh.
Let's sharpen that
We
hook.
switched up the fly and we came to this area. There's a lot of big boulders, some fallen trees, and a pretty steep drop off. And this has been far more productive than anywhere else. The fish seem to be turning on. I hooked into a small bass and a big one came and tried to eat it, and just super cool to see. So hopefully we can keep working the shoreline and get a fish in the boat.
Smallmouth bass spawn in late May and early June, whenever their temperature is kind of in the low 50s. And as a species, their imperative is to get big for their first year. Because if they can get big enough, then they can survive the winter and then they're going to survive. So if it's a sparse year with not a lot of food, you can lose a whole year class of fish because they don't get big enough to survive the winter and make it into their second year.
Fish. Wow. Acrobatic. Holy cow.
That's awesome. Nice.
Oh man, I love those jumps. That's so fun. What's the name of the pattern, or what type of pattern are we using? Whoa.
We have a fish jumping in the background. This is just a generic crayfish that I tie on my own. Dumbbell eyes, little claws on them. Nothing fancy.
Oh, they seem to love it. I can see why you tie them. Nice. Oh,
Nice, good.
awesome. And he was really just right
Silly
off
fish.
the shore there.
You like that? It's gone. So this guy's really deep. He really took this. So it's usually in their tongue, hopefully, if that's easier. And you push it back down their throat. That's right, I've got his bottom lip so he can't go too far. Push it back down their throat. Hopefully it just releases and pops out. That's why you crush your barbs. If you need to, you can get your pliers in there, but hopefully it goes just by hand. There we go. One push down the throat and then it comes back up. Oh, holy
Torpedo.
drive-by shooting.
Hammered that. Holy smokes. There we go. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Let's spit that out. Awesome. Little guy. It's full of life. Full of grass. Oh, good fish. Good size.
Okay.
Jump him. Jump, jump.
Nice.
Look at him.
I'm pretty sure I saw another fly. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
He's mad.
Pretty sure I saw another one hit him too.
Come on, where is it?
There we go. Whew.
Nice.
Man, these river fish are strong. This is
That
such
guy
a
had
fun fight to have.
That guy had some pull.
After a morning full of success, Jeff suggested we pull off on shore to grab a bite. After lunch, I was able to chat with Jeff a little more about the flies he suggests for fishing this area.
For gear, here's what we're looking at. A 6-weight rod or a 7-weight rod. 6-weight rods are nicer to cast. I see a real step between a 6 and a 7. A 7's a lot heavier and it's quite a bit more to bend the rod, but we use heavy flies. So beginners, often a 6, sometimes a 7, whatever they can accomplish. Sometimes full floating line, sometimes floating line with a sinking tip leader if we need to get a little lower, and that's much easier to cast, and sometimes a full sink tip line. We don't need to go full sinking line. In river current, that's actually kind of tough to manage that. Earlier in the summertime, whenever the fish are hungry, the water's a bit cooler, it seems like surface is much more common. We can be just this far under the water and that's fine. As the summer progresses, water gets warmer, fish get a bit lazier, need to go a bit deeper, and there's a little more work to try to find the flies. And we've been doing that today with Jenna, is cycling through different flies to find the right combination of the day. I find early in the season, right after their spawn, they kind of eat whatever they want. So opening day for bass is really fun because they're super hungry and they're a lot easier. more and more skill, more and more technique involved as we move our way along. Primarily around that stripping streamers, right? That's kind of the family that we'd be talking about as opposed to the poppers or the surface water. That itself, a 6 or 7 weight floating line, that works fine. The bigger the popper, the heavier the line that you're gonna need. And that works in a river environment. We do a little less popping than you would on a lake because we don't see that same kind of food necessarily, nor do we necessarily have the nice, calm, placid water that popping works best on. If there's always current and broken water, popping doesn't really work that much. And that's in that case we use streamers or crayfish, something along those lines instead.
After shore lunch, I was eager to get back on the water with Jeff for my final afternoon of fishing.
The current comes right through here really fast. So
Okay.
we're gonna back rip to the eddy line, swing it out into the current, bring it to the eddy line and strip it back up. So we'll
Okay.
go around and around there. Expect them to be right on the eddy line.
Okay.
Perfect, so that's gonna swing that eddy line nice and then
Straight like this?
Yeah,
just-
then strip it up, yeah. And that's how I'd expect to see them is bring it right to the boat.
Okay. Now, this is the type of fishing that is very akin to fishing for trout.
Yep.
I can imagine a lot of trout anglers, this would be a fun new experience for them. Getting to do these similar tactics, but for a different species. So
Yeah,
stuck
and
here.
catching a lot more fish, typically. Smallmouth are more aggressive and you get more in a day, typically. So I'm gonna head out there, see where that rock is, into the middle, and then you can cast back to that guy.
Okay.
So it'll be a right-hand cast. Let's get out to the middle. And then we're gonna head to the far shore and we'll fish up that other current line over there.
Sounds good to me.
We would not be able to do this in the raft yesterday. Like we're just kind of hanging in mid-current here. The raft's got way too much drag and it would not do this. So this is a place where actually a reach bend cast would work. Yeah. Yeah, so try reaching it up.
Okay.
Just a difference in current speed. Down there we didn't need it because it wasn't quite as fast as it is here. Pulling your line out. Good, perfect. As soon as that stop happens, boom, and then you can move. But your first priority is to get the loop in front of your tip, and then you move the loop. Now he's downstream of us. Do we just chase rises all day now? So, can you see where those riffly waves are? There's a rock down there making those riffly
Yes.
waves. He's on the front. He's kind of hanging out in the calm water in the front of that rock. So,
Okay.
I'm going to move us a little more left, and you can just swing him down. And if you could swing it right in front of those riffles, not all the way to the riffles, just in front of those riffles.
Okay.
That's my guess where he is.
Like that?
We won't be subtle. Yeah, we're just going to put it in his nose and make him move on it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, touch. Good. That's where it should be, right there. No.
he hit it. Something hit
Oh,
it.
really? Okay.
Unless it's like knocking against something.
Well, there's a rock there. So, Jenny, you see on my left, on river left, so if the downstream current, right, that's always left, that's always right, no
Yes.
matter which way you're looking. So there's a rock pointed out there.
I do.
We're gonna start low in the eddy below that rock, and we're gonna creep right up. The current's a little slower, and you can just keep dropping it right to the rocks and pulling them off the rocks there.
Sounds like a plan. I don't know how well I set the hook on that because
That's good.
I was about to pull my fly up. Whoa. Not only are they acrobatic, they are definitely not afraid
Yeah.
to come super close to the boat.
Yeah. So if you're not sure about your set and you've got a good bend in your rod, he's
Yeah.
loaded, you can just give it another little tap and that's a second set. And if it might pop, but it would have popped anyways, or you actually get a good solid set then.
Oop. Okay, that's a very good tip. Because sometimes it's happened so close to the boat, you don't really have much to set the line
Yeah,
with.
for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you,
Nice.
Jeff.
That's fine. Nice, solid medium size.
There we go. Come on, buddy, hit it. Yeah,
Nice. Got it. Ooh, good one.
Ha! All right, buddy.
Good one.
There we go. It's right off those rocks, too. Hey. Nice.
No messing around, straight to the net, this guy.
We had finally made our way to the part of the river I was most looking forward to, the Big Rapids.
He keeps hitting
That's
it.
good.
I don't have enough line out to set the hook.
Good. So if you're fishing just on your leader like that, set straight up. Don't
Okay.
yank it that way, go up. So you go, shoot, there you go, up, up, up. There, he's on. It's a good one.
No.
And he's off. All right. That's good fish.
I know. I'm so
He'll come back. He didn't get a good bite on it, so he's still in game. It's like musky fishing, eh? Under the
Oh
boat.
my gosh.
There he
Hit
is.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So straight
That's-
up with the leader, or like pull up with the
Yeah,
rod?
tip up. Yeah, tip goes up to 10 or 11. Yeah. Yeah, because you're leader fishing, it's so easy to yank it out of his mouth, right? So you want to just go change direction with it. Or you can do full change of direction if you have the frame of mind to do like a full set the opposite direction. Awesome.
I just saw him again.
Yeah.
Holy
He's
smokes.
still in game. I
That's
think
a nice fish.
He's still playing, that guy.
Whew.
Oh, you had to follow there too.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I think they're just swirling around underneath it, right? Trying to decide what it is.
Ugh. Oh my gosh. Ouch. That was a heavy hit, and my line's all messed up. I was just about to pull it out because it's my fault.
Hey, no, it's fish's fault. Blame the fish.
You did such a good job of making me feel better, Jeff. That was a very hard hit. And it's just like there we go.
Are you clear? Hold on a second.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like my. I set that. You saw me.
It was on the line.
I set that hook.
It was on the line.
Come on.
Oh, they're right there. Oh, they're all over it. Okay, go up. You're going up. That's good. No strip though.
Okay.
So cut the strip out.
So just like set it, set it.
That's
okay.
right. Just like bunk, brakes on, set up. Let them have it, right? You're not trying to let it take it away from them.
Right.
Back off.
Like that?
Oh, that's a big guy.
Oh no!
Ah!
Oh my! I pulled up. Oh my goodness! They
That was
are
awesome.
just
That was
everywhere here,
awesome.
and they are hungry. I'm gonna get the hang of it.
Okay, there you go.
So in that, what did I do wrong there? Just
I don't think you do anything wrong.
Bad
It's
luck?
it's super frantic and fast, right? So
Yeah.
they're moving fast and you're moving fast.
there's a lot of them.
That one
Holy
came out while he's in the air, so that's
Yeah.
the way that goes, right?
Okay.
Jumping, it's a gamble. What happens? Who knows? So now you see there's this little current coming in the side.
Yeah.
So where that current comes in and hits the eddy line over there, it's really swirly again.
Yep.
So it's kind of the same thing we're doing on the other side. It's going to be kind of tight, bouncy fishing, but tight little location. You can cast all around this swirly water and pull the line through it. Yeah, there's that foam. There's the other side where there's foam, all this stuff in here. And same thing, the fish will be in close quarters and just kind of turn right there. Oh, and turn back. Oh, you on? Oh, nice.
So close. Up, Jenna. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, you got him. You got him. Good for you.
Swear, if you jump off, Mr. Fish. Oh, this is a nice bass. Okay, and...
Oh, yeah, good one.
Oh,
Where is he? You got him. Oh, nice fish. Nice fish. Nice.
finally. Pulled up after all that hard work. Man, this is fun though. Almost missing them and like having to work for it a little bit almost makes it I feel very rewarded.
But that was fast, right?
Oh,
it's like instant hit. Yeah.
2 strips and they're after it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess they have to be aggressive. Everything moves so fast
Yeah,
here.
it's so fast in there. Yeah, that's why it's so stressful fishing, because everything's moving so fast.
Oh man, my heart is like pumping. Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for such a fantastic trip. I've had so much fun and learned so much. Like, you truly are the perfect educator, whether you're a novice or an expert here on the river. If you want to learn more about Algonquin fly fishing or our show, visit us on the web at www.thenewflyfisher.com. From all of us here at The New Fly Fisher, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
The New Fly Fisher is brought to you in partnership with Destination Ontario, Orvis Fly Fishing, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited, WeatherTech Canada,